There's only a few minutes here, so I will keep my notes very short. I'm sure that all of us here share the view that we owe a great vote of thanks to all those involved in the emergency services. As a member of East Metropolitan, I can ascertain and verify that we are deeply grateful there for all the work that is done and the dangers that are ever present. So I welcome this opportunity to put on the record my thanks to the many, many wonderful volunteers who risk life and limb in the service of others. There is, however, a bigger picture. The Honourable Alana McTiernan mentioned this with the microclimate change, which we need to be working towards, which leads me to the question about how we are going to actually, in not the immediate future, but the long-term future, manage the risk to our environment. And that will certainly be something which should exercise our minds. And it brings me to mind also the contribution by the Honourable Brad Pettit yesterday when he spoke about the trees which were going to be removed, destroying the habitat for a number of birds, the Carnaby cockatoo, I believe it was, which could then be ameliorated if we found other sources that would meet the needs that these trees currently serve. And that would, of course, be the hemp industry, which has a twice-a-year harvest and can provide a lot of the fibres, the woods that we need currently in industry, including pressed woods and other such things. That would be a discussion we could certainly have, especially as the cultivation of hemp would be a great way of actually helping the microclimate change and also altering greatly the viability of soil. That's just for the by the by in a few minutes which are remaining to me. Cutting short my thoughts, we need to ensure that the services are reasonably, reliably funded and have adequate funds. Points have been made about the lack of equipment, which I think is being met on all sides. We're always looking at how this could be improved and ongoing. But I would encourage the government to, as they are doing, I am sure, to look very closely at how we could support these services even more. The recent discussions or disagreements between the volunteers who are unpaid and the volunteer firefighters and the difficulty in ensuring that people are working together with two different services needs to be addressed at some stage as well. But truthfully said, I haven't got the details of that, so I cannot comment any more. There was an issue, however, that exciting new residential development in the where was that now? In the middle of a bushfire-prone area. Where was this now? North Stoneville development. About 4,000 new homes in the middle of a bushfire-prone region with limited egress, which would then result, of course, in the risk to life and limb and indeed property of those who decide to build in that area. And the firefighters had spoken at this Save Perth Hills community group with tears in their eyes, I'm told. I was not present, although I do believe there were some members of the Labour government present at that time, and their sincerity could certainly not be doubted, I am told. Also, a word here to the local government, because I was listening to the WALGA contributions later last year and was immensely impressed with the ability of local government to actually be the first responders in managing this, because it took several days for the state to get engaged. And this was actually a point of note made by the Shire, the councils of, I think, Swan and, of course, Mundaring. And we must give our best thanks to these organisations for the immense work that they're doing. Indeed, I was at Mundaring just the other day there, commenting about the risks that they face with this current weather and how well are they prepared. And I was sad to hear that they were quite concerned that they would not be managing so well, and could we in state government be somehow moved to give more in the way of support, financial and otherwise, to the local governments. And it's a point I would like to make to the local government minister.
Order. Order, members. Time has elapsed.